Oh. Yeah. Exactly. Exactly. Yeah, about that. Yes. That's the good school. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, she Sorry. No, how they get in, change or die. See, that's why you wait. Pero allá se me no se me por eso digo, just can't help it. I think I think I think I can't remember.
You find this place sit?
So there's some of it.
Let's try and get involved back here.
Just find a seat. I don't know what they look
Say,
like.
look for the gleaming bald head, but
Yeah.
No.
Yes, on the side, now right by the door. Sorry.
You may be seated. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Ty McHale. On behalf of our Board of Trustees, our Chief Executive Officer, Mr. Chuck Cook, and the staff of iSchool Atascocita, welcome to the commencement ceremony honoring the class of 2026. Will you please join us in saying the Pledge of Allegiance to the U.S. and Texas flags, which will be led by Amanda Serna. Please stand and join me in reciting the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Now for the Texas pledge. Honor the Texas flag. I pledge allegiance to the United States under God, one indivisible. You may be seated. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. I am LaKendra Wynn, the campus director of iSchool High Atascocita. I would like to take this opportunity to welcome family, friends, faculty, and fellow students to the iSchool High Atascocita graduation. For an occasion such as this, it's easy to think, or in some cases worry, about the future. From the near future, where you wait through the next many minutes until you get the acknowledgement you've worked so hard. To the distant future, where a dream house, job, family awaits you. The future is all well and good, but I would ask you to put those thoughts to rest for now. These next moments will live with you forever. The same applies to the families out there. Without all the love and steadfast support that you've provided, your children probably wouldn't be here today. So these moments are to be shared with all of you. And to the faculty, I know your hearts must be heavy with loss. The birds are leaving the nest. Without your guidance, none of us would be here. Without teachers, there would be no students and no future. In all seriousness, graduates, this day, this time, and soon this memory will be yours forever. Welcome to your graduation. With us today, we have Regional Director, Mr. Lewis Pratt. Regional Director, Ms. Yvette East. Regional Academic Advisor, Mr. Michael Westbrook. And our guest speaker, Diana Del Pilar. Seated in the audience are the employees of iSchool High Atascocita. This is the hardworking staff that has been instrumental in helping our students reach the end of their high school journey. Please stand and allow us to honor you. You may be seated. We would also like to honor any Lone Star College staff that may be in attendance who truly value our partnership with you. Please stand to be recognized. Now we will have Mr. Michael Westbrook do the recognition of students.
There we go. We would like to now recognize some of the amazing accomplishments of our seniors. First, students who attended iSchool High Atascocita all 4 years of high school are wearing a solid green cord. Thank you to those families that have chosen us for 4 years. We recognize that you could have chosen any school. So we appreciate the trust that you put in us. It has been our honor to serve you. Students, please stand and be recognized. The next group of students are wearing a blue cord. They are members of our National Honor Society. Please stand and be recognized. Students who are wearing our silver cord have completed 3 to 19 college credit hours with Lone Star College. Please stand and be recognized. You may be seated. Next, students who are wearing a green and white cord have completed over 20 college credit hours with Lone Star. Please stand and be recognized. Students who are wearing a gold cord have not only completed the requirements for the high school diploma, but have also completed the requirements for the associate's degree, who will finish in the summer. Please stand and be recognized. You may be seated. Lastly, students who are wearing a bronze cord finished all requirements for the diploma and the associate's degree within 3 or 3.5 years. Please stand and be recognized. You may be seated. Well done.
Now we would like to honor someone who has been a tremendous asset to our school. For 2 years, Ms. Sheree Norman has served as our PTO president. From Hot Food Fridays to our fall dance, to prom, to our Gator celebration, and much more. Ms. Norman has volunteered numerous hours to just help celebrate our students and staff. Of course, she has other PTO members helping her, but it's her leadership, dedication, and commitment that has taken the organization to a new level. Her son is graduating today, in 3 years, by the way, with an associate's degree. So we just wanted to honor her and let her know that we appreciate all that she's done for our school. Thank you for everything, Ms. Norman. We come up and receive a gift from the iSchool staff. Okay. Before we bring up our top 2 graduates, we would like to recognize top 10%. When I call your name, please come up to receive your medal. Evan Tafaroji. Alejandra Fuentes Pardo. Alina Diaz. Jorge Bejarano Lopez. Natalie Kirkpatrick. At this time, we will have Elizabeth Dilla introduce our salutatorian.
School of many students with great challenge that takes much dedication and commitment. To rise to the very top of your class is a true distinction of its efforts and successes far beyond them. This evening, it's my pleasure to introduce the salutatorian and guide to them. Tori is a student in the second highest grade in college in junior golf. At this time, I'd like to invite my great friend, Alejandro Esparza, will be receive her celebratory medal to present this performance.
Okay, hello everybody. Welcome to all families, graduates, and any staff, our board of trustees, and everybody else. This I don't like it. So, don't mind me. Okay. Starting the speech is something I did not know how to do. If you're on the phone with me, sorry. You know how bad it is. Even if I don't aim speech, I don't think it ever prepared me for this. So the only way I think that I could start this off that feels right for me is a quote from one of my favorite movies. Happiness can be found even in the darkest of times, when only one remembers to turn on the light. Albus Dumbledore. These words were said by the famous headmaster who addressed Hogwarts before Harry's third year. If you know anything about me, you know I'm a nerd. In many contexts, academics just being one of them. Because of the late night study sessions, the boring school days, we made it class of 2026. After 4 years. As much as I want to say they were the longest, they really weren't. They were the shortest. Each year passing and passing in the blink of an eye. Every project, every assignment, after you blink, they were gone and the school year would be over. Talking about this being up here is never something I do. Not just because I was never really the best at English, if you know. I could talk about the study sessions with Maddie, or the anime rants with Liz, the late night calls with Ty, or the hangouts with Ashley and Olivia. Each of these memories ingrained in my head, but one thing I can remember dated back to my freshman year is my 7th period. I had English with Miss Matthias, and I can remember exactly where I sat, the layout of the room, and even after years of changing that classroom, I can still tell you my very first experience ever in it. If you were in that classroom with me, you know what I mean. Even after the changing and changing, it would you still remember where everything was from, even if it got rearranged a little bit later. And surprisingly, after 4 years, it is still the English classroom, but now with a new teacher, Miss Castillo. But guys, after 4 years, we did it. Miss Wynn and Miss Macker. So the teachers, thank you for answering my questions even when you didn't know the answer, so we had to find it together. To my mom and dad, thank you for supporting me through my entire life. I know it wasn't easy. While I go through these next steps in life, I know I will always be able to call you both if I'm in trouble. And always have a place to come home. To my best friend, you know who you are. Thank you for sticking with me through the good, the bad, and the ugly. And I know you will all go far in life and change the world in your own small ways. I love you all so much, and I'm so working on it. And now, it's one of my pleasures to introduce our valedictorian, my very good friends. The valedictorian is a student who has achieved the highest grade point average in this new class. At this time, I would now like to ask Ashton Tufariji to receive her valedictory medal and present our valedictory address.
It was the first day of freshman year at iSchool at Atascocita. I remember being in Mr. Taylor's classroom, somewhat out of it, it was brand new. First time in a new high school, let alone a church school with a new system I'm not familiar with. Lucky for me, I got to my pair with a girl who looked like an angel, with glistening blue eyes, blonde hair, and blue white dress. You would think that two strangers would have a hard time, especially when it comes to talking about yourself to a stranger. Yet as soon as me and this girl met, she loved the art of the heart. I too enjoyed the arts, and I drew a lot. Both of us would learn about different cultures and languages, and we'd go on different worlds we were interested in. Suddenly, the idea that I would be alone, what if I would have to wait once just for me to make a friend, suddenly went away as it came to my life. The first day of school, it was Olivia Anderson. It was because of her that she set my social life in iSchool High, opened up me to new friends, and also I became a tutor for her for algebra too. And she became my first ever friend, my day one at iSchool High. However, as the school year closes, I have a sad realization what this means for many of ours and our friendships, connections, and everyone we once met. It's an idea that keeps me up at night at times thinking about it. The idea that taste of excitement each and every day, the chance and opportunity to hang with your friends, laugh with them, communicate with them, just laugh and giggle could be gone and no longer possible or not the same anymore. It's a penny doom that you can't predict. No matter how many items you can think in your head, you will never know exactly what happened that way. And already I have to face that fear this year with the death of my best friend and furry companion, Bella. She passed away on Christmas Eve, 2025. However, I learned a pretty important lesson from her before she was gone. As many of the comment I was familiar with, it's also a behavior since it's what the humans. In fact, it's how they see the world. They put their heads into everything, even into us humans, as the stupidest idea we should do. After all, they're too curious and too diligent to let a potential chew toy pass them up. Now, combine the intense smell with Bella's love of food, and she becomes a force to reckon with. Every time I have myself a nice meat and cheese sandwich, you can bet the odds that she's fallen along with her famous puppy eyes begging me to give her a piece of my food. The name's gone scary when I decide to logically, or more accurately, give into her puppy eyes, throw the food at her, and then she would suddenly jump at me at light speed, jump up, chop down the food as it jostles eating a ship, and then roll it down greedily before she would crawl back to me once again. I could say 3 could be her downfall, but I digress. There was something about Bella and her love and persistence with food. She reminded me that I need to sniff out new ideas in the world. Sometimes you can't rely on the same old sensations. They won't be here forever. You need to smell everything around you, evaluate it, give it a no, or bad what it smells about. But the real payoff is, in your head, when you find the food that you really want, you will go after it, and you will jump for it, and you will bite it, and you will savor it. But you won't sulk on the moment when it's gone. But food doesn't last forever. That's okay, because there's still more food, new ones out there. And especially with this new chapter of our lives, we're definitely going to have to go out and try new foods, new experiences, and new places. And before I end off, I want to give my thank you to some important people. I'm going to start by thanking off the staff and the teachers for always making the most of experiences, for being guiders, and also for helping us learn and making this place a possible life, such as helping us with clubs, events, or just in general social gatherings. I also want to give a thank you to my parents, my mom and dad. You always did the most for me, you believed in me, and you always worked hard. Even when we were in conflict, you never stopped believing and had that love for me. I thank you very much for everything you've done, all the work and effort, all the time that you've done. Thank you, and I love you very much. I also want to give a few shout-outs to a few people that I've been close with, some in the audience, some not. To Emma, known as Timothy, who gave me her Spencer. I enjoy drawing every single day, I enjoyed making him come to life, and I enjoyed all the little details you did about him and all your other characters. Thank you for being part of my life, and thank you for sharing that creativity with me. To Adrian, for always helping me out with different stuff, being a cool guy to hang around with, and just always just make me encourage you to try new things and different places, such as how we saw the background movie today. I enjoyed the few times we got to chat, and I always admire the passion. Thank you for coming in my life, and I hope the band with you and Linda CFI goes amazing, and you two make it big. To Tamia, or how I would formally call her my goat, for being an awesome person I got the chance to hang out with and make conversations about random stuff. I also want to thank her for always blessing my eyes with the most wonderful apples I ever got to see in my entire life. It's been an honor to have the chance to help you with random assignments and get to just talk with you. To Evan, for always making me laugh, and when we have ideas, we bounce each other like crazy. Plus, for your creative mind and how you always do amazing 3D works. I'll miss our talks together and every single we come in the spot. Thank you. To Allie, sister from another mother. You were the person I could lean on to when I was confused about something. You've been here with me thick and thin. No words can express how much I love and appreciate you. And thank you for being part of my life and for being a bigger sister, even though you're technically younger than me. Whatever you do, I'll know your dreams are to better. To Luna, my best friend and science partner, for always being the person I could talk to about wacky conversations about life, philosophy, science, or random stuff. I had a blast talking to you for hours about our random scenarios. It's been a pleasure to join you on many projects and see different places together, such as the Space Center. Even when we are far, I hope to meet you one day so we can do more projects together. To Olivia Anderson, or as me and Allie we call her, Elsa, I still remember the day that we connected on our first day, the puzzle piece. You remarked about all the things we had in common. I always try to hear from you, talk about you, listen to places in the heart, and coming to your house on weekends to do assignments or out. You may be going to Norway, and I may not see you as often anymore, but your impact on me is good forever. And of course, last but not least, thank you to my husband, Bella, for always being my best friend and for giving me up 7 years. And I could be a bit like boss for you. I hope you're still living your best life in all the cemeteries you want in your life. Thank you, class of 2026. Have a good night. So he says, you next.
Thank you to our salutatorian and valedictorian for those amazing speeches. Now we will have Regional Director Mr. Louis Kratz present our guest speaker.
Good evening and congratulations, seniors. Very proud of you. I've seen you work hard and you have a tremendous amount of grit. So continue that grit as you move on to your next chapter. This evening, I have the honor to introduce Diana de Pilar as our graduation speaker. Diana de Pilar is an accomplished educator, executive coach, and an advocate for college and career readiness for those who has spent more than 30 years helping students build pathways to successful futures. As a CEO and founding partner of CCMR Solutions, Diana supports early college, P-Tech campuses across Texas through leadership coaching and strategic consulting. She previously served as the founding principal of both Rose Avalos Pathways of Technology Early College High School in Aldine and Middle School College High School at HCC Gulfton in Houston ISD, where she helped create transformative opportunities for historically underprivileged and non-traditional students. Born in Monterrey, Mexico, and raised in Houston, Diana is a proud first-generation immigrant and first-generation college graduate whose own educational journey inspired her lifelong commitment to student success. Beginning her career as a teacher assistant, she rose through the ranks of public education through perseverance, mentorship, and a deep belief in the power of education to change lives. Today, as a mother, grandmother, and educational leader, Diana continues to champion opportunities, resilience, and the hope for students and families across Texas. Please join me in welcoming today's keynote speaker, Diana del Pilar.
Good evening. Good evening, families, parents, most importantly, graduates. It is my honor to be here today. Today is not about my journey. We could be here for hours talking about the hurdles, the struggles, and how I've overcome them with the right people at my side. But it's not about me. It's about you, the graduating class of 2026. That's right. That's right. So I'm going to share what I learned from a group of 10 diverse students that helped me create the picture of what has transpired and what you have all overcome over the last 4 years as students, as staff, and as leaders. Graduates, tonight we reflect on your journey and celebrate your achievements. And I invite you right now to look around this room and take it in. Because you've worked so hard to arrive at today, even though some of you already graduated and walked across the Lone Star College stage, you are also working towards your high school diploma. And this is it. That seat, this moment, tonight. Take it in because it did not come easy to you. And parents, you know it. Because you had to hear all the complaints and support them throughout those arduous years. It didn't come easy. This moment was earned through sacrifice. From what I heard, lots of sacrifice. Pressure, stress, uncertainty, long nights. Overwhelming due dates, overlapping assignments, through frustration and even some tears, through growth, through perseverance, through a relentless drive towards the promise of a better future, through a rigorous education, and through the decision that you and your parents made a few years ago. The decision to take a risk on yourselves and a campus that you were unfamiliar with. Not your traditional public school where your friends went. You turned your back on that. You turned your back on the familiar, on the traditional high school experience. And this is what you arrived at because you chose this school. You chose something different, and your parents helped you do it. While many students were looking for the easiest and most familiar path, you chose challenge, the unknown, acceleration, rigor. You put your trust in the promise of an unparalleled opportunity to graduate from high school and earn up to an associate's degree. You chose a future that required more from you. And whether you realized it or not at that time, the decision changed you. Because early college high school is not just a model, it's a mindset. It asks students to think differently and show up differently, to sacrifice differently, to manage their time differently, to grow from junior high to high school and college very, very quickly. And yet this model also allowed each one of you to be authentically, genuinely, and unapologetically you. At least that's what I gathered from years. And let us be honest, because this journey is so hard, who wants to have to show up to satisfy social norms? Why not get to be you? And this team, this set of teachers, and this leadership allowed you to show up exactly as imperfectly perfect as you are each and every day. You balanced high school and college expectations at the same time. Some of you completed high school requirements early while taking your college courses. Some of you were managing responsibilities beyond schoolwork, emotional stress, health challenges, major changes in your personal lives, your home lives, your family structures, and the pressure of growing up while still trying to submit assignments on time and stay on track academically. That is not easy for anyone, not easy for adults, much less for teenagers. And yet you stayed in the race, eyes focused on the prize. Amazing. 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 That word came up so many times among your peers when I interviewed them. Each one of them in their own way kept describing how amazing the teachers were, how amazing your peers are, how amazing the staff is. That one word over and over again, amazing. Even when it was overwhelming, even when you procrastinated and had to learn some really hard lessons about time management, even when life outside of school felt heavy, even when you doubted yourself, even when you were experiencing changes in campus leadership, you stayed the course. You kept going. And you know what? You leaned on one another. You built community. You relied on your teachers, your then counselor, and your internal grit digging deep inside yourself. You built resilience, because resilience is not built when life is easy, and you've had 4 years of building resilience and grit. And graduates, your stories are so powerful. I spoke with those students who entered this school and found out some of you guys entered your freshman year, others your sophomore year. Some of you moved in from out of state, from other districts. Some of you were right in the middle of transitions within your family, trying to find a way to fit in, trying to connect with the new school, a new system, new peers, a new location, new teachers. And you found a place that found a sense of belonging, a place that was safe, faculty that welcomed you exactly how you showed up. Some of you came from other countries, speaking other languages, from different cultures, and yet together you formed a new culture. You've built a new community where your differences did not matter because your teachers met you exactly where you were and helped you grow to the highest level you could achieve. But it didn't matter where you started. You kept pressing forward. And what is beautiful about this class is that your stories, regardless of how incredibly different they are, somehow you all pulled together, supported one another, and helped each other get all the way to today, we get to walk across the stage. Many of you are first-generation college students. Some of you have families where college has never even been accessible because of financial hardship, different circumstances and obstacles that they've had to face, making the decision to give you that opportunity that they have not had in their family. While other students, colleges and expectation because it's a legacy. And it doesn't matter that everyone has a different family structure or different college-going experiences. The different backgrounds, the different stories, the different starting points. Here, you have common ground. It's an even playing field. But I think the greatest strength from this campus is that students describe this school to me as a place where people help one another regardless of their grade level, their culture, or their past. There's no pretending, no performing, no trying to fit in, just authentic human connection. You built a culture where students support each other, and that's exactly what education should do. Because education is not just about earning credits, curriculum, and content. It's about discovering who you are, who you want to become, so that then you can decide what you want to do, so that then you can have what you wanted to have. First, we're human beings, not human doings and not human havings. We're human beings. And at this campus, you got to evolve and determine who you are. Students don't just walk into school college ready. This school supports all students, regardless of their advantages, their language limitations, or their starting points. The staff had parents that supported them and teachers that helped them learn English. Students struggling academically had additional tutorials and teachers that gave them extra support and an extra push. Students who trying to confidence found that in one another, and in their clubs, and in their counselors. Students trying to figure themselves out, student wrestling, literally, sometimes with life and death situation. All of those different stories are sitting right there. And here you are, ready to graduate. It is such an honor to be able to recognize you and celebrate with you tonight, because you've done such amazing things, and not just some of you, all of you. Whether you earned 1 college credit, 10 college credits, or the full associate's degree, you should all be equally proud of yourselves, because I know for a fact your principal, the staff, your teachers are all proud of you, regardless of where you landed, and they will continue to support you so that you reach your highest potential. What I learned from this group is that you know everything that you need to know to be successful in life. You don't need words of wisdom from me. You already know that when you take a risk, an informed, educated risk into the unknown for a higher purpose and a higher education, when you sacrifice and give up some things because there's a cost to pay, when you work hard and put down the excuses, and when you surround yourself with the right support system and the right peers in the right community, you can reach shared and common goals. I learned that from talking to you. All I'm doing tonight is sharing your story back with you to remind you that you already made it. And because you already know how, all you have to do is repeat what you already learned to do from the experience you've had at this school. For some of you, your next step is to continue your education at a community college or university. For others, you're going into the military or to the workplace. Some of you are pursuing a career in engineering, medical professions, computer science, or any of the other passions that are available within the advanced education system. And some of you are still discovering your purpose, and that's okay. Trust me, of those of us that are up here, those of us change our career path 6, 7 times before we landed on our actual career. You don't have to have it all figured out right now. Remember, first figure out who you want to be. And when you know your values and your beliefs, your purpose and your passion will be aligned so that you can do what you're meant to do. And when you do what you're meant to do, you can have whatever it is that you need to have in that order. Continue to lift each other up. Get to the point where you mentor one another and mentor others. Always give back, because this is how transformation happens. One opportunity, one relationship, one student, one family, one school, one community at a time. Class of 2026, faculty, leaders, and staff, I'm proud of you. Your families are proud of you. Your teachers are proud of you, and Principal Wynn is proud of you. Having said Principal Wynn, I cannot conclude without recognizing you. Their counselor, their teacher, and sometimes mom, from what I heard. What an honor it is to be able to be that type of leader, one that has all hats on, always at the same time, and can quickly switch gears based on individual student needs. Parents and staff, know that this is a product of your work. Your students spoke so highly of how they're doing this because someone in their home inspired them. Over and over, student after student repeated, my motivation, my inspiration is my mom, is my dad, is my grandfather, is my grandmother. I'm doing this because they could not. I'm doing this so that when I finish, I want to inspire them to go back. Like we saw tonight where a mother graduated with her degree alongside her son. I want you to know as parents that no matter how dark moments got for them, you are the ones in their corner and what inspired them to get up and keep going. So thank you for that. Graduates, I truly believe that your future is incredibly bright. Now go forward boldly, continue your education, go solve the problems of this world, but most importantly, have fun, because life is too short to do all work and not enjoy it. Congratulations, graduates and the class of 2026.
Thank you for that inspiring speech. We truly appreciate your willingness to get to know our students and include their stories. As a token of our appreciation, we would like to present you with a gift. Thank you again. At this time, I would like to ask Ms. Yvette East, Regional Director, to come join me for the certification of graduates. Will the class of 2026 please stand? Ms. East, it is my pleasure to present to you the iSchool High Atascocita Senior Class of 2026. They have completed all of the requirements as prescribed by our Board of Directors to participate in this commencement ceremony.
Thank you. On behalf of the Texas Education Agency and our Board of Directors, I accept these students as candidates for graduation.
You may be seated. At this time, we're going to have Ms. Castillo and Ms. Ewin, also known as Mama Win, call the names of our graduates. Please remember that we are about to recognize them as individuals as they walk onto the stage. This is the only opportunity in their lives that this particular individual recognition will occur. Would you please keep that foremost in your mind so that each name of each student can be heard by all present? And now, the calling of each senior's name.
Good evening, everyone. Laudan Tafariji. Alejandra Fuentes Pardo. Miley Aguilar. Sofía Amaya. Olivia Anderson. Jorge Bejarano López. Damond Brown. Ava Butler. Amanda Serna. Olivia Cianciotto. Alyssa Contreras. Truman Cook. Alina Diaz. Elizabeth Dillon. Dillon. Jaden Dolphus. Peyton Frey. Kimberly Garcia. Ariana Garza. Michaela Garza. Danica Gatson. Aliyah Gilson. Chase Green. Alyssa Gutierrez. Jacob Hicks. Giselle Hidalgo. Zoe Heights. Tori Jenkins. Isaac Jones. Jace Kapczynski. Madeline Kirkpatrick. Ashlyn Law. Alexander Lisama. Caesar Lisama. Diego Lisama. Angeline Correa Lopez. David Marcel. Ty McKeel. Alonzo Mason. Jalen Mims. Luis Murillo. Sean Norman. Mila Parnell. Julio Parra. Liam Peña. Adrian Puckett. Ari Reyes. Averia Rodriguez. Gabriel Rodriguez. Renaya Rockamore. Isabella Sanchez. Austin Saucedo. Amit Singh. Aiden Tomasi. Evan Go. Connor Wimberly. Holden Witter.
Thank you, Ms. Castillo. We will now have Sean Norman lead us in our tassel ceremony.
I feel like I was just up here. Will the class of 2026 please rise for the turning of the tassels? Listen carefully, for the sounds you hear tonight will last a lifetime. Store them up and save them in your hearts, for they are priceless. Each whisper, each tick of the clock is a reminder of something you've gained while here at iSchool High Atascocita. Pay attention so when you hear them later in life, you will remember. These years seem to pass all too quickly. We have not adjusted to the present when it is time to move into the future. We have achieved our goals and secured our friendships, yet this is not a time for saying goodbye because our memories will always keep us together. No matter how large your dreams may seem, the power of your mind coupled with the feeling in your heart will provide you with the strength to achieve your dreams. For one who dreams with love has no fear. Love your dreams. Be true to your heart and your dreams will come true. Please join me in turning your tassels to represent the beginning of a new chapter in our lives.
Thank you, graduates. I am happy that we were able to play a part in your long journey to graduation. Guests, thank you for joining us to celebrate our graduates. Congratulations, class of 2026. Please join us right outside these doors for refreshments. Thank you for coming.
I can't, I just gotta go. I don't want to see the name of it. Sorry, congratulations. I can. Oh, she can fit it in the last round. Yeah.